Let's go.
Let's go. The season's just getting started. We saw the champs camp getting underway, getting the skates under you again, and this is obviously an Olympic year. Do you change what you're doing in an Olympic year, or do you just sort of do things the way you normally do?
So yes and no. Like obviously, you kind of try and reflect back past 3 years, 7 years, whatever, right? And you kind of piece together what worked, what didn't work, right? But I also did. It's not a change. It was like, but it was. It kind of felt like throwing a rock in the river. Going to Japan to train for almost a month, and. But overall, it was a great experience. I learned a lot. Staying here is comfortable, right? I had my schedule going. I have all my students. I have my workout. I have my boxing. Like all that is here. But then I'm like, I kind of need to see how big the world is, right? I want to see how they do things on the other side of the world, right? And also it's Japan. So I kind of like took myself out of a place of comfort, and even though it is Japan, it was incredibly uncomfortable to be there, like new environment. I understand the brain, it takes a while to fill in the blanks, right? So it took extra work for that. And even though culturally for me it's relatively similar, it's still a very, very different culture for me. And so it was like the culture shock as well. So learning to adapt to the living style and lifestyle, like that was, a challenge in and of itself.
Do you box?
Yes.
How long have you been doing that?
It's more recreational, like more like as an extra workout. But I've been doing that for like consistently for around like 2 years now.
Do you box people, or is it just going in and hitting the bag?
No, like people. My trainer. Well, I call him my trainer, but because I told him, I'm like, you're officially part of the team, Musa, right? He comes from Sweden. By day, he's a law professor. By evening, he runs one of the biggest boxing gyms in Sweden. I coach his kids, and he coaches me in boxing. So, and even the high performance team over here is well aware of like my dealings, but like my relationship that I have with him, and how it's how that kind of training has benefited me. Kind of like me going into the gym. This is like me going into the gym, like kind of working on body mechanics, coordination, focus, and honestly the latter two, that's like the most important part for me. To be honest, it ties into the mental and the focus part of it, because like, okay, let's say we're doing pad work, right? It's choreographed. Like, okay, we do jab, slip, cross, hook, whatever, right? If you're in the thick of things, you're in the flow, and then you're unfocused for a little bit, you're supposed to slip left, you slip right instead, you're gonna get hit in the face. Right, and your trainer's not there to hurt you, right? But like I told him, like just don't hold back, because I need to work on that kind of focus, and it kind of leads into skating. Like, let's say you mess up your first jump, right? You still got to stay focused. You got 6 others, right? And you still got your spins. Or like the big thing that I noticed is like when you're tired, it's very easy to lose focus. So it's like, okay, like you kind of have to bring it all together. Like you have to stay focused. Your body knows what to do, right? Even when it's tired, it knows what to do. But the thing is, when you lose focus, that's when it doesn't know what to do. So that's helped me out a lot these past 2 years.
Do you want people to see the work you put in, or do you want people to see just this athlete at the top level that makes it look easy?
So kind of both, because like, okay, like from an athletic perspective, right? Like you kind of want to just be like, yeah, I just did that. It was no big deal, right? But the thing is though, I don't think that's very realistic, especially for the kids coming up, because, and that's it sounds weird, but like, that's why I try to keep it as real as possible, because we're still human. Like we're still human. We make the mistakes, right? Not everything you see on Instagram is true. right? I've never been at the top of the podium, but like, you know, when you're on the podium, right, that's the tip of the iceberg, right? You don't see the tears, you don't see the blood, you don't see the sweat, right? All the crap that you have to go through. And I wish that was brought more to light, right? I just don't want to see people. I just don't want people seeing me landing things, right? I want them to see, okay, yeah, I'm on my butt, right? That it happens, right? I get the crap beat out of me when I box, right? A lot of the times I don't want to go to the gym, right? Being at off ice, doing off ice, I'm at 25%, but I still have to give 100% of 25%, right? But it's okay to be at 25%, you know? So there is that aspect of, you know, showing the younger generation that it is okay to not feel your best. I want to have a season where, you know, 10 years down the line, I could look back, even if I don't make it, I'd just be like, I tried my damn best. I did everything that I could. I put in the work, and, you know, if I make it, fantastic, right? That is a dream come true. But I want to make sure that I check off every single one of the boxes of, like, you know, I put in the work, right? I put in the hours, right? You know, I went in there and I did it even though I didn't want to do it. But like, also one of the most important boxes is I enjoyed it. I enjoyed every aspect of it, and I enjoyed and I put in the effort of enjoying everything outside of it as well.
Tell me about your tattoo a little bit. You know, we were trying to get to know you guys a little bit, and so you cover that up in your routine? You show it and explain it?
I like to show it. There are sometimes like when a costume calls for, like, obviously I want that line to be there, right? So that's for something like my short program, you know. But a lot of the times I always tell my costume designer, I'm like, you know, I always like to like roll up my sleeves a little bit, not just because I like showing off the tattoo, but also just I'm more comfortable skating like that. But yeah, no, I'm a huge anime fan, right? Like, ever since I was a kid, that was like my thing, right? And it kind of started getting big in the past, like, 10 years. It started to grow a lot more, especially in the West. And you know, back then, not a lot of people liked it, so I was like, yeah, it was kind of a taboo to like anime. But now I don't care. I have it permanently on my body. I have another one on my calf too. This one, the one on my calf is of Dragon Ball Z. So I have Gogeta and Vegito on my calf, and over here is one of my favorite characters in anime, and that's Kakashi. He's the main character's kind of teacher. Like, he's the cool guy, right? Always has a mask on, but he's like the most dependable guy, right? He may as well be the title character as well. And then you have his student over here in a bowl of ramen, because his favorite food is ramen. With something like Naruto, right? Like, he started off as he was a very shunned boy, and with a big dream, and he was always the underdog, like always fighting to get back up, to get up there, fighting to get back up there, you know, fighting for respect. So I kind of relate to that, from when I was a kid. But after all the, glitz and the glam, all the animation, all the flair, a lot of the stories do have like a good deeper meaning, especially for younger men, right? Trying to, break through to be into adulthood. So I do respect that. And other times it's just good fun.